Hey, what is up guys, it's Dustin and I'm back with another video. Now, you guys know that I have not been posting recently because we just got moved into our new house. This is not gonna be my filming setup, I don't think. I just don't have anything like put together yet. But Shane Dawson uploaded a video yesterday and I kind of want to talk about it because it's kind of like him addressing things with him not really addressing things, like with the conspiracy palette and all the stuff that went on with Jeffree Star. So I think, given that I've covered this so much and beat it to death, I wanted to come on here and talk about that. Now you guys, before you get into an uproar, before you get mad at me, I'm not trying to cancel anyone. I just want to talk about everything that happened that led up to this point, and then now, years later, like putting out this video. I'm not trying to cancel anyone. That's not my gig. I'm not trying to do that. So if you guys are here for that, stay tuned to this video. Now, before we jump in, I do want to do a giveaway. I have been very absent and you guys have been like so supportive of me, like leaving me nice comments and everything. Ever since the house fire happened, it's just like my life, Nick's life, and Jen's life was thrown into turmoil, and it just seems like now we're getting our head above water. And I just really wanted to thank you guys so much for like sticking by me and Nick and Jen and being so supportive. So what I want to do, you guys know I shout this stuff out all the time. This is not sponsored. I do want to do a giveaway for Hair AF. I don't know if this is going to zoom in. Let me see if I can tap it. Oh, oh, there we go. Beauty guru realness. But this is Hair AF, and you guys know that my hairline and my hair used to be very, very thin. And now, actually, I think after I film this video and edit it, I'm gonna go get a haircut, but my hair is like super duper thick, and it's all because of this stuff right here. Jen Gerard really worked her ass off on this. This is an amazing product. It works so fucking well. Like, I don't know what I would be doing right now without all my hair, because it was getting bad. Very bad. But all you have to do to enter this is leave me a comment down below. Just make sure that you leave a way for me to contact you if you win. I'm gonna let this go until like the 5th, I think that's Saturday. At that time, I'll just do a random comments generator, and if you left a comment with a way for me to reach out to you, I will reach out to you and I will send you a bottle of Hair AF free. You don't have to buy anything to enter this or anything. It's not one of those giveaways. I am not Must Be Cindy or that weirdo Lola that's over there on Facebook doing the same thing, giving away Louis Vuitton bags. We're gonna talk about that in another video, and I actually have another video coming up about like the Morphe thing and how like all this stuff plays into this stuff with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. It's really interesting how this video came out. So let's talk about that now. You guys make sure to enter the giveaway. So we all know that the conspiracy palette was a big deal back in the day. When Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star put this collab together, it was like never done before. Nobody has ever given the behind the scenes look into the beauty community. We've never really got to experience what they gave us in this docu-series. And honestly, all the drama aside that came from this, like, it was a very good series in my opinion. It was filmed, it made you feel emotionally attached to these people, and I think that that's why it sold the way that it did. But yesterday, Shane Dawson uploaded this video and I was kind of like, is he like bringing this all back up again? Because my heart couldn't take it. I was just like, are you fucking serious, Shane? Like, why are we gonna rehash this? Why are we gonna reopen these wounds? Why are we gonna start this again? But I was kind of like pleasantly surprised that Shane Dawson did all of this, because let me tell you why. I had a suspicion that they had another palette in the works, and if you watch this video that Shane Dawson posted yesterday, you would see that there was another palette that was in the works, and they didn't say that it was shelved, but I would assume that it was, because leading up to all of this conspiracy stuff, they were on top of the world. And then it was like shortly after, in June of 2020, that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson like massively got called out and canceled, and they left the internet, and we didn't really hear from them again for a while, especially Shane. Jeffree really doesn't even post that much on YouTube anymore. I really feel like Jeffree Star is going more toward TikTok. And usually when Jeffree Star does things, you have to take note of it because it's probably gonna be a trend, but I feel like he was late to the TikTok thing. But in this series, we get to see like the behind the scenes footage of them going to the lab and getting the second set of these like palette colors that they were gonna put in the second palette. And I really have to say that I did not like the way that this video was edited. It was very much edited the same way that the conspiracy documentary or docuseries, whatever you want to call it, was filmed, it jumps around a lot. And it's very hard to like really keep up with the timeline, because one minute you'll be seeing Shane looking at makeup pans, and then the next minute you'll see him with his dog going to the vet getting puppuccinos. I hate that editing style. Like, if you're gonna edit something and talk about one thing, make it all about that one thing. Don't jump here, don't jump there. It's kind of annoying, and it was very hard to digest, but I knew what was going on because I know the history of all of this stuff. So I kind of like, I did watch this because I was putting together our arcade machines, and I was listening to it in the background while I was doing this, and I rewatched it again when I laid in bed last night, and the message was still the same. They had this palette, they wanted to launch it, and it pretty much didn't happen because everything came to a head. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, around the time of May 2020, Tati dropped another video pretty much pulling back her support for Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star and saying that she had befriended James Charles again. Now, of course, that came as a shock to everyone when this happened, because Tati went so hard and bi-sister on James Charles, and then she alluded in this video in May of 2020 that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star kind of like pushed her into it. Now, I really don't believe that that is ever really what happened. I believe that Tati has her own mind. I believe that Tati is very smart, and I believe that Tati knew exactly what she was doing in those moments when she was making all these videos discussing James and all this different shit. But what really set all this stuff off that made Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson leave the internet for a while was when all this different stuff about Jeffree Star popped up. There was some stuff with Cameron Lester. Cameron Lester dragged the absolute fuck out of Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, and a lot of people tend to forget that.
Like, I just felt like it wasn't a friendship. It was never a friendship in the beginning to start with. It was always something like, I was kind of like the token black kid. I felt like this was a game. I felt like this continued to be a game with Jeffree and a game with Shane Dawson. Even with Shane Dawson posting me on his platform, I was grateful, but I felt like it was kind of like to silence me and be like, hey, like, we're gonna just keep giving you breadcrumbs and hanging you by a string and manipulating you. I felt always silenced. Moving forward, I will no longer just be the token black person. I will no longer just be the black boy that is there to make you look good or to speak up for you, because it's not reciprocated.
This is not me trying to bring receipts to destroy anyone. This is just me giving you guys background information and why I thought the way I did when I watched this video. And it is getting really, really fucking hot in here. I don't know why. Ugh. Anyway, now Cameron Lester wasn't the only thing that was going on with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson at that time. But it was kind of like a mini dramageddon, because at that time, Tati was coming after Shane and Jeffree, and then we had Cameron, and then all this stuff resurfaced with Jeffree Star and this lipstick Nazi thing that he had going on back in the day, and a lot of people dragged him for this. This was around the time that Creepshow was at the like height of her career, and she was dragging people, and there was everyone that was like trying to get me, Nick, Paige, and all these different people to apologize to James Charles because Tati made this video, and we were like, hell no. Like, why would we apologize to James Charles? Like, James Charles is a gross, disgusting. So all this stuff that came out like really split a lot of hairs with a bunch of different people that followed Jeffree and Shane, and I think that that's ultimately what led to their numbers declining so greatly. And then we had this whole diatribe from Shane where he dragged James Charles and pretty much said that he needed to be humbled. Well, that's kind of what ended up happening to Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, in my opinion. And I think it was honestly for the best, because I feel like Shane Dawson isn't the same person that he was before. And I'm not giving him a pass for anything that he's done or anything that he will do. But Shane Dawson definitely seems a lot more reserved in the stuff that he puts on his channel now. It is kind of weird to me that he would make this video with Jeffree just because he knows that people are going to react in a very nasty way. And I've seen a lot of people saying that this is just a cash grab. And it might be, but I don't think it is, just because they know their numbers aren't what they were before. They know that they're not going to be calling up Morphe being like, hey, do you want about $20 million worth of products for us on this next launch? And even if they were to like go back and like reinvent this palette or like bring life back to it again and say, hey, we're gonna sell this palette, there's no way in the world that they would even sell probably a third of what they sold before, because Conspiracy is actually the biggest makeup launch of all time. So I just want to read you guys just a little bit of what Shane Dawson put on Twitter. I'm not reading you guys this whole thing, but it was pretty much him addressing Tati, James, and a whole bunch of drama. And I just want to do it to like refresh you, to let you know and bring you up to speed in case you forgot, because it has been some time. But Shane put out a tweet and said, welcome to the circus, my final thoughts on the beauty world. A few questions that I have been getting lately. 1, did I know that she was thinking about making a video? Yes, and this is Shane talking about Tati. 2, did I tell her to make a video? No. And I don't really believe that Shane Dawson did tell her to make a video. It's kind of like crazy that Tati would even suggest that because she is her own person. Tati has been doing this for a very long time. I don't think that Tati does anything that Tati doesn't want to do, like, ever. 3, did I have any involvement in the video? No, because if you remember, Tati said that Shane Dawson offered to even make her thumbnail for the video by sister. Do I think that that could have possibly happened? Maybe. Just maybe. Because, you know, when you're amongst friends, especially like YouTubers and stuff, like I'll occasionally make a thumbnail for like T-Spill or Paige Christie. And I meant to say Petty Paige. I don't know why Paige Christie popped out. That's what popped up in my head. I'm like, I'm going to say Paige Christie. Petty Paige, I love you so much. But it's not terribly uncommon for people to make thumbnails for other people. 4, did I orchestrate it? No, and I don't think that Shane or Jeffree orchestrated it. Do I think that they probably amped her up and she was like, yes, I'm gonna make this video, and they were like, yeah, girl, slay, kick his ass, drag him, throw him to the wolves, drag him across the coals? I really do think that they probably did do that, but ultimately it was Tati's decision, it was Tati's choice. I think that they gassed her up like friends do because they were friendly at the time, and they were like, yeah, drag the fuck out of him. 5, did I need that kind of drama to make a good series? No, and he didn't, but basically this whole conspiracy like docu-series that Jeffree and Shane put out was a big infomercial. There's like no denying that. They played on people's emotions, they played on so many different things. They're even doing it in this new like series. It's edited very much the same way with the music and different things. And if you remember, Shane Dawson even posted on Instagram doing a poll asking people if he should put in more drama, and the overwhelming consensus was yes, but did he do it? No, he didn't. So he definitely used drama to like catapult that series in a way, in my opinion. 6, have I ever tried to ruin a career to make someone look bad in 15 years on YouTube? No, and I don't really think that Shane Dawson has ever really done that. Do I think that he was pissed at James? Yes. Do I think that he like threw shade at James? Yes. He said he needed a humble pie with a whole dissertation. So, I mean, I'm not saying that he was trying to like destroy James, but even if he was, I feel like he was valid in that because James has done some pretty bad things. And before y'all even come for me, I'm talking about James. I'm not talking about Shane. I know that Shane has a past too, so don't even leave me the hate. You know what? Leave me the hate comment. I need the engagement. It's been a minute. 7, do I have a track record of getting into drama with people or having fights with other YouTubers? No. And really, I don't think he does. The only other beef that I've ever seen Shane Dawson in was with Trisha Paytas, and I don't even think that he really even responded to that, like, ever. Ever? I don't know, you guys. Let me know down below. Am I innocent and don't have a huge anxiety-provoking regrets about how I could have helped everyone handle everything better? No, I've had a pit in my stomach since it all happened. Now onto my final thoughts on the beauty world and my experience in it. And this is kind of where, like, with this whole series, it kind of, like, fucked me up because if I could totally be imagining this, I could totally be, like, I'm making this up in my mind, but I swear that I remember Shane saying that he really wasn't that into makeup anymore and that he just didn't want to do it anymore. So that's why this whole like series came as like a shock to me. And it kind of feels like he and Jeffree are like dipping their toe back in, which is fine. If they want to do that, I don't care. I don't care if they do one way or the other, but it does kind of feel like this series is kind of like them trying to be like, hey, do you want to buy this palette that we came up with? Like, it's very much given that energy, girl. But Shane followed this up by saying, the conspiracy palette was one of the best experiences of my life. The series with Jeffree changed my life and changed me as a person. It helped me be more confident and stand up for myself, which I've always been bad at. So to honor the series and what I learned from it, I'm going to say this. The beauty gurus who are always involved in scandals are all the fucking same. They are all attention-seeking, game-playing, egocentric, and narcissistic, vengeful, two-faced, ticking time bombs ready to explode. And I'm over it. And that could be what I was just talking about. That might be what I took away from it, but I could be completely wrong in him saying that he was over the beauty world. But you guys, let me know down below. There was one more thing that Shane said in this whole thing that I took away from like this new video, and it's that he said that he didn't make that much money or enough money to retire from, which honestly, I get it. When you're in business, you have to pay this person, pay that person, pay the other person, but it's on video, and I have it in my notes for my new video that I'm going to be posting about Morphe. There was a $20 million deal between Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Morphe. And Shane brought that up and he said that he didn't make that much from it, but this palette sold out within 30 minutes. And they ordered like, how many pallets? Like 1 million pallets? you're not gonna sit there and tell me that you didn't make a lot of money. So I think it's a load of shit that he would sit here and say that he didn't make an astronomical amount of money from this, because I just believe that that's a lie. But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this down below, because I think it is kind of nostalgic. That was a good time in YouTube. Even though the drama was bad, and even though there was a lot of things that happened that I really don't think should have happened, the docuseries for the conspiracy palette was a big deal on YouTube, and it was fun to watch. It was a big experience, even though it was like a big ad, and I ended up spending a lot of money myself on it, and a lot of other people did. I'm not gonna sit here and knock Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star for like coming on here and sharing the behind the scenes footage of what would have been another palette. But what I will have a problem with, and what I will not like, is if they somehow say that this shelved palette or this palette that they were working on is going to be like something that they're gonna sell now. Because if it's gonna be that, just say that. Don't be like, oh, well, would you guys be interested? Let me dip my toe in and see if I can get anybody to like buy it. Just be straight up front about it. Like, if you're gonna sell me a palette, bitch, sell me a palette. If I'm gonna watch a series and be like invested in it, and you wanna sell me from the beginning, let me know what I'm in for, and I'll probably buy it. But don't just beat around the bush, get me invested and be like, oh, dangle that carrot in front of me and be like, oh, do you want this? Like, as another money grab. I don't like that, and I don't think that that's what this is gonna be. I'm hoping and praying it's not what it's gonna be. But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Please don't forget to enter my giveaway for the hair AF. All you have to do is leave a comment with a way for me to contact you, like an email, Instagram, Twitter handle, and I will reach out to whoever wins on the 5th after I do the random comment generator. So don't forget to leave your comments down below. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you all so much for supporting me. I know that this video is kind of rambly. It's my first video back, and I had to like amp myself up for it. But I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video.